What is going on, guys? It's Joe here from Financially Savvy, back with another update on my finances and my journey towards financial freedom. For anyone of you who doesn't follow me already, who's wondering why I'm doing this, I post one of these videos every single month just to keep myself accountable and show you guys that I'm practicing what I preach when it comes to good money management and investing. Now, the tool that you can see behind me on the screen here is the tool that I started building 5 years ago now, when I decided enough was enough and I wanted more for me and my family, both for our present and for our future. So without further ado, let me dive in, and what I want to show you is exactly how I use this tool and have used this tool to help us eliminate 80 grand of debt, multiply our net worth, and put us in a position where we can retire in our 40s. So this tab right here is where it all began. This is the tab I built to help us take control of our month-to-month finances. So here is where we set our intentions at the beginning of the month by putting our planned and known expenses into these plan columns here, and then tracking our actual spend against that plan in these actual columns. The most powerful part of this tab, though, is when it comes to seeing how much you have available at the beginning of each month to invest and save for your other goals, right? The great thing is, once you've put in your income in this table over here, it's going to tell you what your income is minus your expenses, and therefore how much you have left to save and invest. So you can see what we had down there in our free cash flow. If I click undo, you can see what we were able to actually invest and put all of that money to work for us in the best way possible, which means we had a savings rate, which is automatically calculated for you down here, of 56% in February, which is unbelievable for us compared to where we came from. And I've got to say, this is not where we began. We started in a very dark place. So you can get to this point, you just need to take action. So it also tells us what our income versus our outgoings is in these nice visual charts down here, as well as our monthly expenses via the different categories, which is great to see that the savings one is the biggest chunk of where our money is going, which means we're buying back a lot of our time in the future. We also track our yearly expenses. So this is the same thing again, but it just tracks everything over the period of an entire year, especially for things like holidays and gifts, insurances and things like that, so that we can get an idea over the whole year of what we're spending on those things. And that's important for when it comes to your retirement plans or your future financial freedom or early retirement plans, right? Because you want to be able to know very accurately what you're likely to be spending, so that you can then use the expenses and retirement tab to very accurately calculate when you can achieve that amount of money. So I'll do another video on this later in the month, but this essentially shows you and helps you calculate what your FI number is and what you need to do to achieve that FI number, when you'll achieve it by, so you know exactly when you will be able to retire if that is a goal for you. And why wouldn't it be? The spreadsheet also tracks our savings and our investments in this tab here. So we've separated out pension savings from general savings from the top and the bottom table here, but the graph tracks both, so we can see a total. The cool thing is my pension savings specifically crossed £100,000 for the first time this month, which is really, really cool to see. We've then got our house equity and assets, our debts, and also our net worth, which is automatically calculated in the spreadsheet from the previous 3 tabs. So another month where it's gone up substantially thanks to our investments and our consistency with investing over the long term. So the entire reason we've been able to achieve our goals, to eliminate over 80 grand of debt in 3 years, to set up an emergency fund, to build our investments to allow us to be able to retire in our 40s and to build a nest egg for our daughter, and everything else that we're doing financially, the whole reason is because we track our finances in this spreadsheet, and it allows us to make informed decisions week to week, month to month, and year to year about what to do with our money. And that is absolutely key, because if we're moving in the wrong direction, the spreadsheet shows us and we can see why that's happened, allowing us to pivot and make changes accordingly to get things moving in the right direction again. And I cannot tell you how powerful that is. By simply tracking it this way, you will make better decisions without even realizing it financially, and drive you closer to achieving your goals. So if you're not already doing this, obviously I highly recommend you go and do it. If you're watching this on YouTube and you want to grab a copy of this spreadsheet yourself, then click the link in the description below. It will be the first link in the description where you can grab a copy of this spreadsheet and the Financial Freedom Playbook ebook, 100 pages of valuable content to help you take control of your finances, with 50% off for the next 20 copies only. Also, make sure you smash the like button and subscribe so you don't miss future updates as well.